Hey everyone, Ryan Williams AFC back with your match preview, of course. Well, Arsenal are going to the Amex Stadium to take on Brighton. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this video, my team lineup, or any of the recent topics that's been happening at Arsenal, of course. Check out my previous video, of course, my real reactions straight after the game, where Arsenal went to the Etihad and pretty much just blundered up in a 3-0 loss, of course. So, yeah, guys, check that out. Leave your comments under that video as well. So, coming back from the 3-0 loss at the Etihad, just quickly little touches on that, of course. As we know, we did go out there. We put out a lot. Let's be real, it was a strange lineup. I didn't really talk about that much of a lineup in the previous video. I was a bit confused a little bit because it was something different in terms of the formation setup. There certain players that I wanted to see play in terms of like Saka in the wing position, Tierney back. You know what I mean? I was pleased to see Pablo Mari get another game. And yeah, I mean, pretty much, you know, Nketiah as well. But at the same time, you know, I was discussing with my cousin over WhatsApp, you know, because even he was saying it's a very interesting team lineup. Me, I was in the middle, like I just said. It is only because we know it's Manchester City. I know Arteta has pretty much the whole match has been built up, master versus student, of course. Working under Pep Guardiola for 3.5 years. I mean, it was a big enough game for him. And unfortunately, we didn't get the job done because of a few mistakes and a few injuries. Now, in terms of the lineup, like I was just saying, you know, relying on Nketiah down the middle, Saka on the right side of the wings. And, I mean, pretty tough, you know what I mean? It's pretty tough because, again, Nketiah, don't get me wrong, he has done well since returning back off loan from Leeds. And Saka has been literally a breath of fresh air. But that's been in that left-back position. Now Tierney's back fit. And, of course, we all know the situation with Bukayo Saka in terms of he still needs to sign a contract. I mean, is this Mikel Arteta's way of basically putting him in that wing position? Because Bukayo Saka has stated he wants to play in a wing position, which is his preferred position. Not exactly kicking and screaming like AZ Maitland-Niles has in the past, but still, he would rather there. And we don't really want to be losing Bukayo Saka, do we? No. So I can kind of understand why we didn't really see Gabriel Martinelli start, even though I personally would have liked him. And I did pick Saka to start too. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. And Nketiah, again, like I said, he's come in. He's done all right. But these games are kind of where you kind of need your players. And Nicolas Pepe, we spent £72 million on him in the transfer window. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, why is he playing out on the left side of the wing? We moan consistently. And don't get me wrong, last season, it was all right for a while seeing him and Lacazette, because Lacazette wasn't really in the same frame of mind or form as he's been this season. As we know, the Frenchman has kind of dropped off this season. Nevertheless, he's had a poor season this season, let's be honest. And of course, there's another issue with the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's contract situation as well. So, I mean, why was he not been playing down the middle? So, I mean, that's an issue. Lacazette didn't even play. I mean, didn't even come on until later on in the game. Why didn't he start? So many questions. So many questions. But again, like I said, I'm playing it 50-50. I was happy because we didn't see some players that I thought, well, you know, didn't need to play. Like DavidLuiz, who he did come on, unfortunately, because Pablo Mari did get injured and he looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season, as the reports are saying. And that's really unfortunate because we needed a centre-half. We still need a centre-half. And, you know, we took this guy out on loan from Flamingo. We've seen a few games. The jury's still out on Pablo Mari. Of course, some people like him from what they've seen. Some people are still not unsure. Some people call him slow, lethargic, whatever, right? But that's it. I mean, that is it. That's all we're going to see of Pablo Mari this season, unfortunately, because of an injury he sustained at the Etihad. So, guys, honestly, it's a mess. And DavidLuiz was on the bench. And we all know the story with DavidLuiz. I don't really want to go over it again because I kind of cleared my mind off the travesty that he pulled off in a short spell on the pitch. So we'll leave it as that. And of course, we know Granit Xhaka is injured as well. So we don't know how long he's going to be out for. Not as bad as Pablo Mari. Hopefully not. It looks like he twisted his ankle, so he might be out for maybe another week or two. Let's see how it goes. But, I mean, I don't know. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What was your feelings on that formation and the team setup? I don't know. I was kind of, again, like I said, it was kind of 50-50 split. But, you know, after the game, you know, like I talked in my match review, we talked about DavidLuiz and his apology to the fans, you know, about it was his fault, etc., etc. I did kind of cover that in my match review, my match reactions. And, you know, in the press conference, Mikel Arteta has spoken and he said he doesn't know if DavidLuiz will be at the club at this situation because obviously the financial restraints, and let's have it right, the Arsenal hierarchy are not really sure on even giving him another year in that contract. So it's been a lot of rumours, and even his agent has come out and said Arsenal should be and would be sorting out their structure or their situation today, as it's Friday. So I don't know right now. At this moment in time, recording this video, nothing has come out. So about that, but that is the latest rumor. So again, personally for me, I will not be extending DavidLuiz's contract. I would have never even looked at DavidLuiz in the first place. I've said it before, I said it again. A waste of 8 mil, and it's come back to bite us. And I know I've gone on record and said, oh yeah, he's looked good under Arteta, etc., etc. But again, you just know what you're gonna get under DavidLuiz. There's something I don't know. I really don't know, guys. Ozil. Now, of course, he put out a post yesterday after the game. You know, well, the game obviously was Wednesday, but yesterday morning, if you go on his Instagram, he posted, was it kind of a cryptic message on his social media? I guess his PR team's coming out, showing his support, he's still Arsenal through and through, this, that, and the third. And, you know, a lot of us Arsenal fans who are not really Ozil's biggest fans, let's have it right, okay, are kind of like, yeah, and what? Let's be real, and what? Okay, you put out this post, but God, I'm not being funny, bro. You haven't really been performing at your stage in the heights of your career in a very long time. Let's have it right. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, you're putting that out for what? I know the Ozil fans are going to be excited, but Mikel Arteta has come out. He's basically, obviously, he did say he left them up for tactical reasons, but you know, apparently Ozil took it well. And apparently he had issues. Again, we're back to this. This is the last time I heard something like this was on Arsene Wenger. You know, Unai Emery clearly said like, you know, he tactical reasons. Every single time Mesut Ozil wasn't selected. So what we getting at? That's 3 managers now. And even under Ljungberg, I'm pretty sure Ljungberg wasn't really happy with him. And that's when the Joe Willock propaganda started to come out with, oh, let's give Willock a try, etc., etc. For me, I like Willock, but I think Willock's still unproven, and he definitely needs a loan move, if I'm honest, because I feel, listen, I see what I see in Joe Willock. Don't get me wrong, he's a talented midfielder, but at the same time, there's still tweaks and a little bit of few screws that are not tightened up in his game that I would, hopefully he could go out, I would like for him to go out on loan and personally experience, get game time, week in, week out. Same with Nketiah. I think Nketiah has proven himself as well. But again, he still needs to go on a proper loan move. Leeds was not using him correctly. Let's have it right. You know what I mean? So I've spoken to a few Leeds fans that I know. They said they didn't really see much of him. You know what I mean? So I feel maybe we should have just let him go to Bristol City. That should have happened. But it is what it is. So anyways, that's my take on that. Ozil, will he feature against Brighton? Who knows? Who knows? Arteta's come out. He says Ozil knows what Arteta expects from him. So it all remains to be seen. I don't really see Mikel Arteta coming out and publicly executing his players. There's been a few times he's come out and basically exposed Guendouzi and said he's been acting out in training. And that's why we didn't see Guendouzi for a few fixtures once, you know, we came back from Dubai. And AZ Maitland-Niles, of course, him being late for training. That's why we didn't see him, you know, after that Chelsea, even before the Chelsea game. I mean, Chelsea game came and AZ was doing all right. And then we saw Bellerin and we didn't really see AZ again until, you know, probably one sub appearance, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, yeah. And then we saw AZ come on the other night, you know, with Lacazette and Reece Nelson. So, you know, I don't really know what's going on here. Again, Arsenal's still in this loop, in this little circle. And, of course, guys, I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm trying to be a little bit more positive. But, again, you know, Manchester City defeat. Listen, I didn't sit here and say to you guys that we were going to beat Man City. I said we might have a chance to get City because of everybody's fitness is pretty much near around the same. But the quality of Manchester City will show. It did show. And that was assisted by our erratic centre-back in DavidLuiz. Anyways, enough burying him. Let's talk about the Brighton game. This is a big game for Arsenal. Arsenal must win. There is injuries there, so it will be a little bit difficult, of course, because, again, like I said, Pablo Mari's out, Xhaka's out, Sokartis is still possibly out with a thigh injury, so we might see Rob Holding come back into this game, alongside with Squadron Mustafi. Cedric's possibly still out with a broken nose, so, again, another player that hasn't even kicked a ball for Arsenal much, or even, well, he hasn't in general, because he goes alongside with Denis Suarez. See, I almost forgot about him. Denis Suarez, remember that guy Unai Emery brought in January? Jeez. Anyways, doesn't matter. That was the past. This is now. So Cedric's not likely going to play. We're probably going to see Bellerin again. Rob Holding can feature in this, like I just said, because Mari's injured, Sokartis is injured. So this is probably going to be the team. Torerria is still iffy. I know I put him in my team in the Manchester City feature, not knowing the situation with Lucas Torreira. That was down to my poor investigation on Torreira's injury and his fitness at the time. So he might be on the bench, but I don't know if he's going to be fully fit. I really don't know. And that's really a worry for me. Because if Torreira's not going to be there and not fit enough, then, and look, we know Brighton are in a difficult situation right now because they ain't really been on the best of form. But listen, neither are we right now. We're 9th. And depending on what happens tonight against Manchester United and Tottenham, boy, it might be a lot harder for us to catch up with them if we do not win tomorrow night against Brighton. So it's going to be an issue. We already scuffed our game in hand advantage. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's going to be a big game, guys. And will we see Martinelli feature? Will Pepe feature? Will Lacazette even get a start? Will Aubameyang be starting down the middle? Will Bukayo Saka be in his preferred position? Will we see Nketiah again starting? Will Joe Willock even be back in that midfield? It's all up in the air right now. Mikel Arteta has to put out a good team because we have to win. We have to win. If we stand any chance to even finishing, possibly getting, because let's be honest, we're not getting no Champions League. It's listen, I'm going to be honest. I can't lie to you guys. I never do. I don't see us getting Champions League because we haven't got the quality of players to even get us near. There's been so much poor decisions that's happened this season in terms of players, in terms of management, in terms of the upstairs. And it's just been awful. It's been awful. So, again, you know, we need to be finishing high enough to even get into European places. I know I said it on a previous video, I think it's my preview, where I said I'll probably just take the L and concentrate on the league for one season because we need to be doing that. We haven't looked good. Maybe being out of Europe might help us because it helped Chelsea one season. Do you know what I'm saying? But we didn't have the quality of players that they had at the time anywhere near. Do you know what I mean? And then they won the league that season, which they didn't have nothing to play for. We've seen Leicester do it. You know, one season they were looking like they were going to get relegated. The next season they bloody won the title. So I'm not saying if we do that, we're possibly going to win the title next season. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it will probably give Mikel Arteta some more time to sort out the team. Everybody doesn't have to play even more games added because, of course, there's still domestic cups like the League Cup and the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? If we're out of the Europa League, that's one less cup competition. But we simply cannot afford that, can we? We cannot afford to be out of Europe. So it's going to be a tough task. But anyways, nothing of moaning. Let's give you my starting lineup for Brighton. And I'm going to go with possibly the strongest side I can think of right now. In goal, Leno, who I think was definitely pulled in a man of the match performance. If we had to name one person in the team against Manchester City who probably was the best player, it was our goalkeeper. Because simply we could have been pumped even more than 3. Right? The amount of saves he was pulling off in the first 20 minutes, half an hour was amazing. This is why I love this keeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my gripes about him earlier on. Weren't sure. He's had a few mistakes in the past. But let's be honest, guys. Leno seems to be doing great. I just feel sorry for him. He hasn't got a commanding centre-back in front of him as well as someone else. Do you know what I mean? And hold on, let me quickly get this. Like, Saliba. Let's quickly talk about this, guys, before I even finish naming the team. I see a lot of people talking about Saliba. You know, that, you know, we should, like, putting our hopes on Saliba. Like, we can't do that. He's a young kid. He's unproven in the Prem. And let's be real. He had a lot of injuries this season at St Etienne. So, he's been injured, he came back. He's been injured, he came back. And then, you know, he's still unproven. Now, he has a very, very good, high reviews about him. I ain't really seen much of him, so I can't really say anything. But we could not be putting our hopes on young William Saliba. That is ridiculous. This is why we still need to go out there and get a proper centre-back, as well as a holding midfielder. But, guys, I just want to get that off my chest. So, anyways, Bert Leno in goal. Right back, Bellerin, more than likely. Squadron Mustafi, more than likely. Rob Holding, possibly, I would like to see him. Even though there's been some reports that say they might even see Kieran Tierney go in that left centre-back position. He did play left centre-back for the remaining game of the Manchester City, of course, when we went down to 10 men and Bukayo Saka had to drop back. So, I mean, would you want to see that? Let me know, guys. He has played for Celtic in that left centre-back position before in the past. So, guys, let me know your thoughts on that. But me, personally, I would rather Rob Holding, give him a chance, see what he can do. I know he hasn't exactly had the best of seasons since he's come back. But, I mean, we're down to the scraps. So, there's no choice. There's really no choice other than the alternative I just gave you. So, Rob Holding, Kieran Tierney, left back. That's the 4 I'm going with. All right? Centre midfield now. This is where it's going to get interesting. For me, because I want attacking football, I'm going to bring Guendouzi there. I'm going to have Sokartis. And it's tough because I said I want to see more from Joe Willock. I think he might deserve, I think he should have a loan move. And Ozil, I don't know if he's going to be fit. Like I said, I've seen enough of Ozil. I know what he can do, but for me, I just don't see the point. He might as well just be on the bench if he's not 100% fit anyways. So I'm probably just going to go with Joe Willock as well as Sokartis and Guendouzi. That's the midfield: Sokartis, Guendouzi and Willock. And up front, listen, this is my up front. I don't want to hear nothing. Yeah, I want Aubameyang down the middle. I want to see Pepe on the right. And I want to see Gabriel Martinelli. It's as simple as that. Those are my front 3. I know I left out Saka. He could be on the bench and come on. No problem. Lacazette, same issue, same thing. Yeah. For me, that's attacking. That's attacking. Right? So I'm going to go through that lineup again. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section or what you think. Leno in goal, Bellerin, Mustafi, Holding, Tierney, Guendouzi, Sokartis, Willock, Martinelli, Pepe, and Aubameyang. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section on that team. Scoreline prediction, I'm hoping for a win. I'm going for a win. We should be confident. You know, I'm not saying it's just Brighton. It's not just Brighton because all these little teams are going to be on it. And they saw what happened to us against Manchester City. So I'm sure Graham Potter has something up his sleeve for us, you know, knowing our injury situation. So I'm just going to be out and be blunt. Eggs in the basket, 3-1 victory to the Gunners. Let me know your scoreline predictions and team lineup in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe, guys. Links in the description of my socials if you want to get in touch with me. And that's it. So, guys, I'll be back for the match reaction. And have a good evening, guys. Peace.